Guys, so we have multiple breaking news coming out. We're going to start with this one first. It says here the US researchers claim to have cracked one of the Bible's enduring mysteries after using radar technology to map the possible remains of Noah's Ark. So, guys, I've noticed a lot of stuff is coming out. The pyramid, Noah's Ark, Ark of the Covenant. They are finding all these things now, and now they are saying something about Jesus' tomb. I mean, all these biblical um, event that took place thousands of years ago is coming to light. All right, so with all the technology that we have, the radar, AI, you name it. So we're gonna see what's going on here, guys, and yeah, this is a big breaking news. We're gonna get to this one. Let me just show you some of this stuff here. Missile fired. Look at this at the Holy Land, Jerusalem, intercepted. Now the Holy Land military confirms Yemen launch. That's like the second one in like what 12 hours. So once again, there was a shelter in place. All right, so we're going to get to all this here, guys. We have more breaking news. Over 400 illegal cuffed in massive ICE raid in Houston, including, well, the really bad ones, the lawlessness, and look at this one here, the young one predators. But don't worry, because you have those from the left that will protect them. They are good people. Even though they committed those lawlessness, according to the left, they are good people. Sure. Going after young ones, really? If anyone defends them, then obviously it seems like, I don't want to be mean here, but if you defend those people that committed those lawlessness, obviously it's because, let me just not say it. All right, let's go with the next one. Gavin's putting on his boxing glove. Gavin said this. Gavin to Donald, drop the tariffs or see you in court. Stop it, Gavin. Man, you're just trying to make yourself look good for 2028. All right, guys. So we have this one here. Earthquake in Myanmar made the ground slide like giant rug, and it's on video. Look at this here, guys. Look at the video, all right? So let's play from the very beginning. Now look at the ground. Look at the ground, all right? Look at the ground. It's gonna slide. I watched this like 10 times already. You see, it's moving and it's gonna slide. You see that? Take a look right here. You see that? Watch. It just slid. That's some, man. Wow. Now the big one, look at the floor. It even has a crack and everything. The big one is gonna slide again. You had the West Coast is gonna slide into the Pacific one day. It's gonna be a lot worse than this here. All right. Let's go with the next one. Oh, look at this one here. Look at this. Just in, Apple. It says here, Apple wants people to control their devices with their thoughts. Apple has new tech intended to enable people to control their iPhones and other devices with neural signals captured by a new generation of brain implants. brain implants. Mark on the forehead. Alright, so we're going to get to all this here, guys. Before I start, for those of you that want to send us letters or prayer requests, you can send it to me, US Santiago, or my wife, Jessica Santiago, at 3432 US Highway 19, number 2, Holiday, Florida, 34691. And for those of you that want to contribute to the channel, we do have the PayPal link and the Cash App link in the comments box and also description box. Thank you so much for your support. Let's start with this one here. Noah's Ark site, fully preserved, secret discovered in radar, scans by scientists. Not what you'd expect to see. All right, let's see what's going on here. Is that the one? Is that the one? Let's see what's going on with this story here. So it is exactly what you expect to find if this were a man-made boat, consistent with the biblical specifications of Noah's Ark. Andrew Jones and independent researchers told the Christian Broadcasting Network, while revealing the groundbreaking result of his multi-year project. It had to be a lot bigger than that. It says here Jones works with Noah Ark Scans, which he described as a loose organization of individuals interested in pursuing scientific work and promoting the site of the Ark. Now it says here Jones and his team were attempting to solve the age-old question of whether the legendary vessel is buried in the mountains of eastern Turkey, roughly 18 miles south of Mount Ararat, which the Bible described as the boat's final resting. The exact spot is the Durapana site, a 538-foot-long boat-shaped mound with the same book of Genesis described dimension. Remember, those dimensions, God gave Noah the width, the length, the height, the dimension on how to build this ark. Now, it took Noah many years to build this thing. This thing was massive. Just imagine Noah building Titanic by himself, where he had his children. But again, imagine building Titanic. Just you and 4 others or 5 men. So it says here, with the same book of Genesis described dimension as the ark, said to have saved humanity and animals alike from a catastrophic flood more than 4,300 years ago. While the idea that this area houses the legendary life raft, an object central to Christianity, Judaism, and Islam, is a topic of dispute, recent scans appear to indicate that it could be the case. New York Times. You had to add the advertisement. All right. It says here, Jones used ground-penetrating radar to detect what appeared to be a 13-foot tunnel traversing the center of formation. Now, these same scans captured a trifecta of subterranean layers that were alleged dead ringers for the Bible's description of the boat's 3 decks. In other words, it was literally ship shape. Now, the book of Genesis 6:16 states, "Make a roof for the ark and finish it to a cubit above, and set the set the door of the ark in a side. Make it with lower, second, and third decks. Meanwhile, new analysis of the radar data allegedly revealed central and side corridors or hallways run through the boat. I guess that's the one right there. It says here, given the age of the alleged vessel, Jones said he doesn't expect to find anything fully preserved, claiming that the remains constitute a chemical imprint, pieces of wood, and in the ground, the shape of a hull. Basically, it's like a tattoo on Earth. It just stuck there. There's nothing. It's just wood. And you got dirt and everything just combined with it. So the only thing we're going to get is the shape. Also, uncovered were angular structures situated 20 feet beneath the surface that the team surmises could be quarters beneath a deck-like surface, making this potentially more than just a geological formation, as many scientists have presided. Now, this is not what you expect to see if the site were simply a solid block of rock or the result of a random mudflow debris, said Jones, who felt it instead matched the biblical specifications of Noah's Ark. Now, people's going to be like, it's impossible to have all these, what in the world is that? I'm sorry, give me a second here. I'm going to have to zoom this in. I see something there. Give me a second. What in the world is that? Who drew this picture? These look like cavemen. I mean, not cavemans, but it looks like barefoot. Again, I see the elephant. I see some, I see, I guess that's a dog. I see a lion. I see a tiger. I see a pig. I see deers. I see horses. I see cows. I see birds. Again, all right, elephants up there, giraffe. But again, you got bunnies and all that. What is that? Who drew that picture, man? Who drew that picture? I'm gonna have to zoom this in. Is that supposed to be a monkey? I guess it's a monkey. Might be a monkey, but why did it make it look like human? Like and holding a stick. Hopefully that doesn't resemble Noah's kids. Man, that'd be messed up. That would be so messed up. Yeah, whoever drew this picture just yeah, whoever drew this picture just no good. Absolutely no good. All right, so it looked like George the monkey stuff. All right, so the ark was described in the Bible as measuring approximately 515 feet long, 86 feet wide, and 52 feet tall. 52 feet tall is pretty tall. So Shaquille O'Neal is like what, 7 foot around there. 7 foot, 28, 28, 35, 42, 49. It's like 8 times the size of Shaquille O'Neal. 8 times the size of Shaquille O'Neal. Give me a second. How high is the Statue of Liberty? Give me a second. Okay. Forget that. 305. 305. Okay, so how high is was the Titanic? Wow. Titanic was 175 feet tall. 175 feet tall. I think that includes the steamer pipes, if I'm not mistaken. Mm. Now, once again, the ark was described in the Bible as measuring approximately 515 feet long. Okay, so that's almost twice the size, the height of Statue of Liberty. So that's almost twice the size of the Statue of Liberty, 515 long, 85.6 wide, 85.6. That's like 12 or 13 Shaquille O'Neal, and then 52 feet high, 52 feet tall is like 8 Shaquille O'Neal. But it was long. It was long. How long was the Titanic? Give me a second here. How long was the Titanic? Titanic was 883 feet long, 92 feet wide, and 175 feet tall. It was bigger than Noah's Ark. It was bigger than Noah's Ark. Now it says here, we notice that the grass growing within the boat-shaped formation is a different color compared to the area just outside it, said Jones, who believed this discrepancy suggested a human-made origin. Now, meanwhile, an examination of 22 soil samples collected from the site revealed that the suspected structure had lower pH levels, 2 times the organic matter, and 40% more potassium inside compared to outside the formation. Discrepancies the team deemed consistent with rotting wood. If you know soil science, as I'm a soil scientist, you understand that potassium levels, organic matter, and pH can all be influenced by decaying organic material, said William, another member of Noah's Ark Scans. If this was a wooden boat and the wood had rotten over time, we would expect to see elevated levels of potassium, changes in pH, and higher organic content. And that's exactly what we are finding. In the future, the team hopes to conduct a core drilling survey along with additional ground penetrating radar scans around the respiratory to better discern what lies beneath. What lies beneath. Wow. We want to compare what's inside the formation to what's outside, Jones said. That could give us a much clearer picture of whether this is truly something man made. So they want to check inside, underground, and all that. They want to get deep into this. Amazing. Amazing. All right, so that's where we are right now with that story. Amazing, amazing story. What are your thoughts? Leave comments on below on that one. On that one. So let's see what's going on with the brain chip. The brain chip. All right, let's see what's going on with this one here. Everything is all technology stuff nowadays. Apple is embracing the world of brain computer interfaces, unveiling a new technology that one day could be revolutionized how humans interact with their devices. The company is taking early steps to enable people to control their iPhones with neural signals captured by a new generation of brain implants. It can make Apple devices more accessible to tens of thousands of people who can't use their hands because of severe spinal cord injuries or disease such as amyotrophic lateral sclerosis or ALS. I truly apologize about some of those words. But this is where we at right now. Technology and everything. And this is Apple. It's like the Garden of Eden, the forbidden fruit. Well, the Bible doesn't mention Apple, but again, it's just very concerning to hear that at the time that we are right now compared to years ago or hundreds of years ago, they didn't have no brain chip technology. We do. It's a whole different ball game. Apple is looking forward to a day still some years away when implants developed by Elon Neuralink and its rivals receive approval from the Food and Drug Administration. Such implants, known as brain computer interfaces, have already been safely placed in a handful of patients. Now, remember, guys, Elon is the type of person that he came out and said that he'd rather go to hell because that's most of where the people are heading to. That's what Elon said. Most of the people's heading to hell, so I want to go to hell too. So look, nobody wants to go to hell. It was not meant for us, and a lot of people regretting it right now. Those who passed away, many are in the lake of fire, and they regret it. Remember the rich man and Lazarus? Jesus has told the story about the rich man who always, when he leaves, in the front gates, of his home, Lazarus is right next of, his mansion, and Lazarus is like, "Can you feed me? Can you give me water, please? I'm just hungry." And the rich man looked and turned around and just walked away. And then it came, a time that Lazarus died, and then the rich man died. And of course, the rich man, he couldn't take his stuff because it went to another person's hand. You can't take nothing with you on this earth. So the rich man ended up in the lake of fire. And he looked up and he saw Abraham. And right next to Abraham, Lazarus. And the rich man, he remembered Lazarus. And the rich man is like, "Please, please, can you tell my family that I am here? And let them know that this place is real." Abraham is like, "We don't need to say anything. There's prophets up there. There's people up there that's telling the word of God. If people choose to not listen and come here, that's their decision. They made that decision. They have free will." So again, there is a lake of fire, and Elon said that he'd rather go there. This is a man that said he'd rather go to hell. And yeah, I'm not going to trust his product in my brain. It ain't going to happen. All right, historically, humans interacted with their computers mechanically using keyboards and mice. Smartphones introduced touch and behavioral input, but still an observable physical movement. The new capability means Apple devices won't need to see the users make specific movements. The devices can detect user intention from decoded brain signal. Man, this is where we at. Apple has worked in a new standard with Synchron, which makes a stent-like device that is implemented in a vein atop the brain's motor cortex. Now, the device, called the stentrode, has electrodes that read brain signals. It translates the signals into selected icons on a screen. Apple took a similar step in 2014 when it launched a technology standard for hearing aids to communicate with iPhones via Bluetooth and standard most hearing aids have since adopted. Yeah, but what is the consequences to all this? There has to, again, it's just something that, I'm sorry guys, but the brain is something very powerful that you should not be messing with. Now, there was a report that someone had a brain chip installed. And what happened was, well, again, the chip was coming out. It was just coming out from the skull. So they had to, do surgery again and just put it back in the brain. Here's the thing, ladies and gentlemen. The body was recognizing that there is a foreign object that doesn't belong in the brain. So the body, again, when you have a splinter, right? You can't get it out. Throughout time, the body's going to push that splinter. The body's going to say, you don't belong here. You got to go. And so, the brain chip, the chip was kind of coming out. It was being pushed out by the body because the body is saying this is a foreign object. You don't belong here. And what happened? They jammed that device in there and they sealed it really tight. Yeah, the body's telling you, no, you don't belong here. But again, humans are saying, well, we're going to find a way. You're going to stay there. All right, so we're going to skip the rest of it. It's already done and stuff. But that's where we are right now with this story here, guys. But very concerning when it comes to the chip. Let's see what's going on with the rest of this story here, guys. And I want to thank every single one of you for tuning in to this late night. Right now it's 1:55 a.m. I'm going to do this one here and then I'm just going to end it, guys. I'm not trying to stay up too long. I just finished a 40-minute video about an hour ago. Sirens across the great city of Holy Land area after a missile was launched from Yemen towards Holy Land. The Holy Land IDF confirmed that the launch and reported the projectile was successfully intercepted. This makes yet another cross-regional escalation, adding to a pattern of long-range warning emanating from Yemen. No casualties, or damage were reported at this time. All right. And that's where we are right now, guys. I'm just going to end it here. I wish I could go on. I just want to upload this video really late. And right now it's almost 2 o'clock in the morning. Thank you so much for your support. I will start uploading videos on Rumble. Okay, so Rumble, I forgot to show you guys. This is going to be my Rumble. So far, there's 577. And let me just refresh it. 580 so far. So I will be posting videos on Rumble. And we're going to see how that works out. I have to get a backup platform because the Real GS News is seeing a massive decrease in views. And I believe the platform is hiding our stuff. Please pray for our platform. Pray for our channel. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Have a good night. For those of you that want to send us letters, a prayer request, you can send it to me, US Santiago, or my wife, Jessica Santiago, at 3432 US Highway 19, number 2, Holiday, Florida, 34691. Thank you so much for watching. Till next time later. Peace.